Welcome, Fel fans. Welcome to RimWorld of Magic Explained. RimWorld of Magic is a mod made by Torin. This world adds magic and class development to RimWorld, also known as Might and Magic. Currently, it adds 24 classes, but there's quite a few more in the works. Each with unique abilities and playstyles. Classes are broken down into Might and Magic, each represented with common fantasy roles like Priest and Necromancer. Also, a robust set of supporting features such as enchantments, magical armor, weapons, artifacts, class agnostic spells. Class agnostic spells. Not sure what that means. We'll have to look into that. Research trees, crafting tables, mythical creatures, portals, and more. Hugslib and Jack tools must be used. Also, they've got a Poppy mod, which adds the Poppy, let's say, animal to the regular world spawn. The Poppy can be summoned by the summoner. Let's start a new colony. Oh. Well, we might as well explain the Mage Explorer. One magical explorer out to experience the universe. Somewhat difficult. Cannot read data. This part doesn't matter, of course, so I don't know. Cassandra Classic, Medium, reload anytime? This is just a tutorial series. RimWorld of Magic. Now, seeing as how this is just a tutorial series, I'm going to do a lot in the God mode. So what do we got here? Some sort of temperate forest, some sort of temperate swamp. Okay. Now, the first thing about RimWorld of Magic is that it adds magically gifted and physically gifted traits. These traits mean that the magically gifted can learn to become some sort of mage. The physically gifted can learn to become some sort of might class. Magically gifted. You can harness the gift to become a mage. So let's randomize. Magically gifted, magically gifted. This is because we chose the Mage Explorer. I guess you start with a magically gifted pawn. Let's go ahead and everyone is magically gifted. It's not kind of what I wanted to do here, but something to note. The class is always listed at the end of the trait. You see Brawler here? That's not a class. That's a vanilla trait. But magically gifted is always at the bottom. And if you're not sure if it's a class or not, just hover over it and you can see what it says. Ambrosia addiction. We don't want that. An old gunshot is better than ambrosia addiction. Plus, we're starting with Fel here. Sure. We're starting with Fel here. What? Fel Newton? No, Fel. Wimp, very neurotic, wife and daughter, sure. You are one mage on a long journey through the star. A planet grows blind. Okay, so let's see here. The Mage Explorer gives you, here we go. Good, I can explain this. The question mark arcane script. This is a fun item here. It randomly gives you a mage class. Let's see what we become. Ah, the Geomancer. Well, that's an interesting class. That's an interesting class. So you can go to this magic tab right here to look at all of the skills, spells, your level, your points available, and your experience bar. Gives a little 0 of 500 magic experience is gained as characters use spells. XP gain is equivalent to the difficulty of the spell. Characters will also gain experience slowly if they are at max mana. Something to note when you start with a class book. If it's a torn script or something like that, you don't get all the spells. You gotta learn them. And since we're in a creative playthrough, let's go to God mode. I'm told there is a... Ah, here it is. God mode. There's the plus sign. So as he gains experience, he levels up. Each level you can put into a point here. See, we got Spriggan Might under the Earth Sprites spell. Not very useful here, so let's start with Earth and Hammer. Earth and Hammer, we've got Heavy Metal, Loose Soil, Altered Gravity. This will level up our spell in a different way. So let's see. Heavy Metal increases the amount of weight the Geomancer is able to manipulate. So the Earth and Hammer spell catapults massive stones from the surrounding Earth. The amount of gravitational energy reversed is finite. Nearby surface stones require minimal energy. First and every third stone after will always be subterranean unless there is insufficient gravitational energy. The nearby stones. The extreme shift in gravity will temporarily disorient the Geomancer. So this essentially means that he throws stones. That's what he does. He throws stones. So we got 3 ways to level up. They all have 3 ways. Some spells don't have 3 ways to level up, but we have 3 ways to level them up. We've got Heavy Metal here, Loose Soil, and Altered Gravity. Heavy Metal increases the amount of weight the Geomancer is able to manipulate. Level 0 is 8 weight, 10 weight for level 1, level 2 is 12, level 3 is 14. Pulling subterranean stones requires 3 weight. Well, that's good. He starts with 8. Throwing nearby surface stones requires 1 weight. So if we level that up, he could do a total of 14 weight. Loose Soil decreases the mana cost by 6% per skill level. So that makes it cheaper to cast. Because he's got mana right here. Oh, this is his mana bar. I should probably have mentioned that. Altered Gravity reduces the time between each throw and reduces the duration of stun applied to the caster. That's pretty self-explanatory. So now he can go and... let's go over here. And throw some stones at this cat. Look at all that. So it threw all of these stones at the cat. And that's Earth and Hammer. I will go into more detail of the Geomancer in a future video. Right now I'm just talking about the basics of the classes. So as well as leveling up your spells, you can learn new spells. See, he's currently got Earth Sprites and Earth and Hammer. Let's learn Encase. Okay, so now we've learned Encase. Some spells will be able to level themselves up. See, this is level 0 of 3. Next level, well, this one currently a radius of 3, range of 50, casting time of 1.5 seconds. Next level is a radius of 4, 55 range, 1.3 seconds. So max level is radius of 6, range 65, 1 second. So we're going to go ahead and trap ourselves in here, apparently. Let's not do that, because the cat's going to move. Let's do it here. And there we are. Now the cat has to go around. Encase doesn't fully encase if there's something in the way. It is a little bit of a bother. Now the cat's free to run around. Now we also have Clarity, Spirit, and Focus. Clarity increases the rate mana is recovered. So it makes you recover mana faster. Spirit increases your maximum mana by 4 per skill level. So what's that, like 200? 520? Yes, 200. So that gives you an additional 200 mana. Yeah. Now, something I've noticed, when it's paused and you have changed the mana, you have to unpause it in order for it to notice that. So don't worry if it doesn't show that. Okay, so Focus decreases the mana cost of all abilities. See, Loose Soil decreases the mana cost by 6% per level, but also Focus will decrease the mana cost by an additional 2.5% per level. An additional. Something to note. You see, I have 9 mana. I want to cast Earthen Hammer. Now this shows me that the base mana cost of the spell is 40. Is that? Okay, it needed to be unpaused. And the adjusted mana cost with all of those, with the Loose Soil and the Focus, is 26.3. That means I need 26.3 mana to cast this. And that's what that is. Also, I'm not going to be able to cast it regardless, because spell needs time to recharge. You can see the little cooldown thing going slowly. It's slowly moving. Slowly, slowly, slowly. And now I've got an angry cat after me. Nope, don't go that way. Oh. And I guess we've got Mentor Magic popping up here. We might as well include that in our starter video. So Mentor Magic is currently off by default. You need to click it in order to turn it on. So Mentor Magic isn't really a spell. It mentors other mages of lesser levels to increase their magic skill. This will basically make 2 pawns stop moving and talk to each other for like, I don't know, 5-10 seconds. And that's mentoring. Mentored mages will gain XP. The amount of XP gained depends on the social status and difference in levels between the 2 mages. Cooldown is 1200 seconds. Type is target others. Just keep it on. Just keep it on. They'll talk to each other. They'll do it on their own. Yeah. They'll do it on their own. And really, that's the basics. Something else? Something else to note. There is a special symbol over Fel. Doesn't appear to happen when he's my pawn, but when it's an enemy, it will appear over their head as well. That lets you quickly identify that someone is a magic or might class. The design and color depends on what magic and might class. This one is the one for Geomancer. It's brown, I guess, for dirt. That makes sense. And let's turn Fel around. There we are. Okay, so there we have a brief RimWorld of Magic starter tutorial. Stay tuned for more episodes detailing individual classes, individual items, specific spell scrolls, yeah, stuff like that. We'll see you guys in the future. Bye, Fel fans!